Welcome. Welcome to your secret DNA code and activation. We're actually going to be into the DNA as well as the pineal gland. We're going to be doing a whole regeneration and upgrade with the pineal gland too. So I'm happy to have you with me today. Please get some water to sip on. We're going to be growing new cells today. So water is going to help detox out anything that doesn't belong. I do have a chat box open. If you have a couple comments in there, that would be great. I may not be able to get to everything myself. I do have somebody helping out in the chat box though. So if you have a couple words, maybe I can glance over there occasionally. So I want to welcome you today, and I want to introduce myself. I'm Marlene Allen. I'm the owner of Your Body Power. I'm a certified master quantum health activator and many more things. I specialize in midlife makeovers that reverse the debilitating effects of accelerated aging. So we're going to let go of what doesn't belong with love today. And quantum activations. So quantum activations, if you're not aware of them, they're used to bring about a desired result. Today we're going to be working in the endocrine system with the pineal gland, but anywhere, right? So we're in the DNA, it could be any part of the body. So we're going to go into the master cell of the gland today, and we're going to clear out everything that's built up over the years, as well as some damaging programs. And so anything that doesn't belong there. So many people have experienced quantum healing, and the activations here produce a regeneration of cells. And, you know, these can help increase health. Obviously, that's what we're doing it for. Function of the gland, we want to get that up to 100%, where depending on where you start, most of us, I'm sure, will get to 100%. If you really compromised function of the gland, it's maybe we should have a one-on-one situation, you know, session. So that can happen. But otherwise, we're expecting to you know, come more alive and actually tap into more of our abilities. And we're going to go into that a little bit here in a few minutes. So we'll save that till then. But quantum energy actually transcends time and space. It's the healing and the activation that happens in the past, in the present, and in the future, which are all happening at the same time, by the way. So by tapping into the life force energy of the body, we can let go of what doesn't belong there. And this works because we're going into the frequency of the quantum field, which is a very high frequency field. And through my intent, I'm going to access that field and rearrange the particles. So this is not an energy healing, right? So you just play a tape and, you know, or a recording and just go off on your day. That's not what this is. This is, we're actually controlling the particles and rearranging them so that they work better for you. So that's what I'm doing through quantum entanglement is what it's called. And first, we're going to work on a few areas for clearings, right? So let me check my chart here. I've been working on for quite a while before today. So if you felt anything happening, a little energy moving, whatever, yesterday too, that may have been me. So we're working on the ability to have 100% fully functioning pineal gland, restful, rejuvenating sleep, being free of programs, you know, faulty programs, dark energies, anything else that doesn't belong there. We're also going after anything preventing inner vision and knowing, and your perfect connection to source and a higher frequency. So we're working in DNA actually to release those programs. So let's see where we're at here. Okay. All right, so the general clearing is now at about, okay, goody. 94%. So I'm going to continue with that. So we are working in the chakras as well. We want all the chakras balanced, all of the aura layers. We want those all clear. Been working with entity attachments, letting go of those, anything attached to your energy. that's not you, and increasing your life force. We want that at 100%, and then raising your frequency of vibration. So this is part of what we're going to be working in today, as in that activation that we're going to be doing. So got a lot planned here, a lot lined up in store for you. So let's check right now. Let's ground ourselves. Let's, see our feet on the earth, just flat on the earth. Even if we're not, you can see them on the earth. Perhaps you can see your shoes are off, and so your feet are on the earth, and we're collecting all that beautiful, all that earth energy, the electrons coming up into the kidney points on the bottom of the soles of your feet. So we're taking all that beautiful earth energy in, and we're actually rooting. We're going to ground. So send a root down to the middle of the earth, the center, the crystalline center of the earth. See that happening. And you're picking up all this beautiful energy from the earth coming up through that root. So beautiful energy coming all the way up your feet, knees, up through the hips, the belly, the chest, through the head, and then out the top of your head. And now we are going to be clearing everything as we go. All right, wonderful, nice energy. All right, now let's connect to source. So let's just see a cord going up to central sun, and we're going to be bringing this beautiful source energy now down through the head, down through the neck, the chest, down through the belly, the hips, the knees, ankles, the feet. Beautiful. So now we're connected to the earth, and we are connected to source. And then bringing our spirit back in our body, let's just see ourselves as a little mini me sitting on a little magic carpet on top of your head. And this little mini me is your spirit. And now we're lowering, the carpet is lowering. So your spirit is now coming into the top of your head, coming in behind your eyes, into the nasal cavity, into the jaw. Your spirit is coming back into your body now, into the neck, into the shoulders, into your arms, out to every little single space there in your fingertips, everyone filled up with energy. You can actually feel your spirit now from the inside of your skin. So now we are coming down, that little carpet is lowering still. We're in your chest, now in the belly, lowering still. We're in the hips. Spirit's coming now into the thighs, into the knees, making its way now down the shins, into the ankles, into the feet, and filling out every single little toe you have. So now you are nice and secure. Spirit all the way into your body, 100% in, bringing that beautiful earth energy up again through the feet, out through the top of your head. Connection, beautiful source energy coming through. Oh, that's better. Okay. So as you just did, you can imagine yourself grounding and connecting to source. You can also see yourself healing. So if any ailments that you have, you can see those melting away and just disappearing. And that's going to open your mind to the possibility of being healed, and it can actually lead to faster results for you. So following along, although you don't have to. You don't have to do anything. You can just be here and listen to. That's fine. So people that have chronic conditions sometimes maybe cannot imagine their life without that condition, and that can actually slow up healing. So if they allow that old thought patterns around any illness, like this can't heal, or whatever happens to be, had this thing for so long, or maybe you're getting attention, by being ill, or whatever it happens to be, that you don't want to feel this way anymore, but you're maybe attached to that experience. So if that's the case, do yourself a favor and book a session with me, and we'll find and clear the root of your particular issue and clear that for you personally on a one-on-one situation. So although I read you when you registered in, and things that I found I'm clearing on the chart here today, but there are other areas, things on your timeline, past lives, reasons for particular issues that you're having. So, so that would be a good thing to do together. So we're tuning up the chakras and aura. We're good to go there. Now, by understanding the association between the chakras and the glands, we want to look at how healing actually happens. So everything begins with your consciousness, right? So everything that happens in your life, everything that happens in your body begins with something happening in your consciousness. Now, this is who we are. It's energy. This energy actually fills your entire body. And it's this consciousness that's connected to every cell in your body. And so through your consciousness, you can communicate with every cell in your body. And you can communicate with every organ, every tissue. And this is what I do with quantum entanglement to create a desirable result for you. So the direction of manifestation is from your consciousness. So what you're thinking, what your beliefs are, and then through that, it's going to go through the energy field then, so your chakras, aura layers, and so forth, and then to the physical body. So a change of consciousness creates a change in your energy field, and that change in your field happens before a change in the physical body. So when we look at it that way, it's not just the body, the physical body creating, the energy field, but it's the other way around, right? The energy is what's creating the body. So it all happens up here. So the physical issue did not just happen yesterday. It was a long time coming. So life force, that's the real secret behind everything. Without this energy ball inside of us fueling our flames, we could just peter out in age. So this really is the secret of longevity. So let me check to make sure we're all at 100% here. Yes, okay. And your frequency of vibration. This is critical to your health and, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, the whole ball of wax. And this is what we're going to be working in today quite a bit because we want to increase your frequency. If we were in the low vibration states of emotion, for example, anger, fear, frustration, resentment, those types of emotions, we could be down here in the suffering or the getting by portion of this chart, if you can see the diagram here on the slide. And this is where you're working hard. Nothing happens easily for you. You just, it's the density. There's the density of your cells, and that's what brings down our frequency, right? And so this is also the cells of the body. If there's darkness, all these programs, all the toxins and so forth that have built up over the years are in the cells, that lowers the frequency of vibration. That makes us more dense. And so as we release this, is what we're going to be doing today, then we can have a higher frequency, a lighter energy body. Well, and this is where we need to mute a couple people here, but so this is where we want to be. This is where things start happening. This is where we find our health. This is where stuff starts coming to us, just like the law of attraction. That's where this happens, right? So we will start feeling a lot better once we are in a higher frequency of vibration. So this is where we're headed today, and we'll be coming back with this in a little bit. So we did have healthy cells. Everybody did when we were babies. And let's see, I'm gonna have to probably.
I need your help putting me in that.
Okay, gotta do some muting here. Can we all mute? Make sure that we are muted on the Here's probably what we're looking at here. Okay, all right, and just excuse me for just a minute here. I just want to make sure that we are all. There we are. Okay. Yeah. So what happened? We had these beautiful, healthy cells when we were babies, and we were happy, we were joyful more often. So what happened? Right? We experienced a lot of love and happiness. Well, we brought in toxins and chemicals and a lot of things, environmental pollutions, contaminated water, pharmaceuticals, household cleaners, personal health and beauty products. Now these two, we can definitely be in control of this because there are organic versions of these. And you can find these also on my website. I have a couple of links, but yeah, definitely look into things that are not toxic to be using around your home or on your body. There's also genetically modified food. GMOs, just say no to GMO, lack of movement and breath, or not being in touch with nature. Okay, so that brings our vibration down too. Watching fear-based violence, anything on television that is traumas, dramas, that sort of thing can have a effect on our frequency and on our health. Low vibrations, we already mentioned, such as anger, jealousy, that kind of thing is very, very low vibe. Being on electronics, so video games, Wi-Fi, all that, and virtual or artificial intelligence, just say no to that. Okay, so we are humans, we are not machines, right? We want to come from our heart. All right, so maybe instead of being up here all the time like we just did, see your little mini me coming down into your heart, right? It's filling up this space here and coming from that area. All right, so we are looking at, let's go into the DNA now. Okay, so there are incoming waves of energy. Okay, it's giving everybody the opportunity right now to tune into whatever level their consciousness allows. All right, so those of us that have a lower frequency of vibration right now are have the DNA that is in that resonance. Okay, so we have latent strands of DNA. A lot of people have just the 2 strands that we were born with, but people right now are transmuting their DNA, and a lot of it's coming online now. We have many more strands that we can access, right? So we're just operating under just this really small little bit of DNA information, but what we're
Pardon
trying
me, I don't feel like getting my hair done today.
to make sure that we go from the 2 strands up to what we could.
Just wait till Tuesday. Are you guys okay with Tuesday?
No, more.
Hang on just a minute. Okay. So we want to make sure that we can have as many strands come up on board right now as possible. This is what we're actually doing. So more of our DNA is activating right now. So there is a spiritual awakening coming on. We're waking up to new levels of consciousness and many different layers and ways of consciousness, right? So we want to tap into that. We want to raise our frequency of vibration. But if we're going to be staying in areas of fear or anxiety, for example, you know, fear, that it keeps us in a negative or lower state. So we want to become aware, right? We want to become aware. What's serving you or what's not serving you? This is a very important question that you're going to want to be asking yourself. This is critical right now. Absolutely critical. So your vibration is activating different levels of DNA in you. So whatever that vibration is right now is activating the levels of DNA that you are resonating with. So if you're going to stay in a survival mode, for example, you're only going to activate that DNA of that vibration of frequency. So those belief patterns, and you'll only experience a reality that is equal to that. So hope that makes sense for you. But so that's why going up higher in that frequency of vibration scale, this is where more of our DNA can start activating as well. And this is what's happening on the planet. The planet is having its own awakening, if you will. She's raising her frequency of vibration and she's inviting you to do it along with her, right? And if we refuse, that's when some people are getting some symptoms, right? They're getting what there's called ascension symptoms. There could be headaches, there could be dizziness, illness. Things could just be coming up. Some people are even checking out, right? Transitioning out of here. And that's their contract, maybe that's what they agreed to do. So but we don't have to do that. We can absolutely get in tune with the planet, get in tune with the energies, and be there as well, and just continue to expand with that. So Yeah, so let's wake up to what's going on and be a part of it. So we have, when you know who you are, or how much larger and expanded the real you really is, then you're able to choose what you want to continue to accept or not, right? A lot of it is or not. And so you can stay in the lower frequencies, you can continue to experience and or re-experience the same old, if you'd prefer, perpetuating that one level of DNA. Or not, right? So we have a way of manipulating our DNA, and that's what I'm going to be doing here today. So we must unplug from broadcast television, cable, paid streaming services, etc. Do you know who owns these? Do you know what agendas they are pushing? The number of decades that have gone into pursuing or persuading the general public into their way of thinking. Do you know that it's been probably more decades than we can even count, probably over 100 years. Thought has been going into what to persuade the general public into. Okay, so it could be for what they want us to purchase, consumerism. It could be for political motives. It could be for who knows what, right? But persuasion is that's why they call it programming on television. Okay, so I am actually doing clearings on some of this programming that we were, inadvertently, maybe unknowingly programmed for without our permission. So this is the thing: is darkness does not ask our permission, and this is why we want to be completely aware. Keeping, this can keep many people in the dark, thinking that this is what it is, right? Of course, many more have and are continuing to wake up. And when they start researching or investigating things, and they find a reality much different than the one that they were brought up to believe. So we keep the peace or go with the flow. It's the way the family does things, right? And you do want to belong, right? So those things can keep us down, or they can hold us back, or bring us, suck us back down. So very, very critical that we are aware right now of everything around us. So it's all okay, right? Wherever you are right now, because we have the power. We do. So you are here right now and transmuting your secret code to start operating for your benefit. So when we raise our frequency, we're in a higher vibrational state. This is who we really are. And thereby we're activating our dormant DNA. So although we are multidimensional, we really can't activate, if we did activate all your strands right away, we could be non-physical, right? So although we are activating our light bodies right now, and we are using them to travel, we can be traveling interdimensionally while we're sleeping and so forth. That's one thing, but while we're in the physical body, we are still 3D with the body, right? So we are still in this body. And so we're going to follow the process, right? And just expand as we are resonating too. So be aware when you're triggered, when you're getting triggered. So it could be watching TV, movies, streaming shows, right? The streaming programs. So how we either respond to or react to other people, right? We don't really want to be reacting to other people and getting into their trauma dramas. We could respond, but it could be just non-emotionally, right? So where are you? And who are you around a lot of the time? Do you lower yourself to accommodate them? Sometimes this will keep people at the lower 2 strands of activation. So to go beyond that, we require to change our thoughts, right? Our consciousness. And over time, this will cause a change in our deep-seated beliefs and habits and so forth, and the way we talk about ourselves and about others, and whether we can even touch upon the possibility of living our wildest dreams, or allowing our imagination to take us far beyond where we were told is possible, like over the rainbow, right? So getting out of our comfort zone is not always easy, but just know that you are choosing every minute. You absolutely are. So how will you operate? Okay, so to change your inner environment, choose your thoughts. So what you take in, what you read, how do you feel around certain people? You know, so you can go somewhere else, maybe go in the other room, choose a different shopping mall, right? So they can bring in, you know, they can bring our vibration down. So if they're in that fear or anxiety mode, you can get sucked back to those levels easily. But with practice and your conscious choice, you'll get very good at observing, non-emotionally, just being aware, noting what's, that's interesting or not, without the drama, without the high emotion, choosing to feel better, taking a higher route, looking over the situation instead of being in it, stuck in it, right? Is it worth it to stay in the rut just because we always did it one way? What are the results? How is it benefiting us or not? Now, what can we expect with a higher frequency of vibration? Well, better health, less physical illness, disease, reduced emotional traumas, and better mental resiliency and focus, as well as a lot of other things, of course. But we came to be here right now to experience the upgrade of the earth. But when we, you know, if we don't keep up, or if we can't seem to keep up, the human body, you know, we were talking about ascension symptoms. So that could be aches and pains besides the dizziness or the headaches and unexplained issues, right? So we're starting to embody who we are and our true vibration and connecting to ourselves at a higher level. So we can have conversations with our oversoul or our higher self. Or our guides, heavenly helpers, and acquire gifts and abilities to see or to hear or feel things that tell us that we're on the right path or where adjustments could be made. So what can you do to increase your frequency? Well, you can calm yourself and look for solutions, which are all within you. You can converse and exchange your ideas with your higher self. That might be a great thing to do. Right? Start tapping into your higher self and having conversations, getting answers. You can start with meditation and go within. You can connect your heart and your mind. Say something kind to a stranger. Think of good things happening to your neighbors. Just send it out there. My neighbor's garage started burning at 2:30 this morning. So I've been up for a while, but I sent good thoughts over to them. Forgiving people who do, you know, who you do not like. Just forgive people, or, you know, just give them a smile, right? Exercise, yoga, absolutely wonderful. Listening to beautiful music. Some music you don't want to listen to, but beautiful music will increase your frequency. Classical, I hear too. Go out into nature, brisk walking, a vegan diet, all absolutely wonderful things you can do to increase your frequency. Or if that's too much for you, you know, it's a lot to do, well, you could just do nothing. How about that? Let's just do nothing. But unfortunately, duality is designed to keep you from having the time to do nothing, right? But this is the time for you. This is the time. You could get a little extra sleep. That could mean, you know, before you get up out of bed, you could just use that time to just have your thoughts in that one state that you're meditative, or, you know, before you go to sleep. You can spend more time in nature, read a book, sit in, you know, garden, go for a walk. Being outside in the sun is a huge bonus. And like we mentioned earlier, see or put your, you know, bare feet on the earth, on the planet, and soak up those electrons. Yeah, absolutely. Or if you've got the, you know, the fortune to be near a beach, that's extra energy coming through there. Absolutely beautiful. Or the grass, right? Walk on the grass, or, you know, take a swim, be in water, just float. You can take a drive, listen to music. So in this time of doing nothing, then you can move your to-do list out of your mind and just enjoy the moment. Okay, so whether that's meditating, what it is for you, what is in your immediate reality. Okay, so just allow the thoughts to come in, the feelings just to flow through. You know, check out meditation if you like, but just don't force anything to happen. All right. If you think you feel nothing, well, that's fine too. You could just sit there with your eyes closed and, simply be. That's all you got to do. And that will actually start expanding your consciousness too. So as you get practiced at this, jumping out of duality or out of the matrix, for example, you can add, intentions to move forward. So intend that all the energies of the universe are being sent to you, all the beautiful energies, and they're moving within you, just coming through. You can actually see this on a daily basis. You can welcome that change, the expansion, right? And, seeing yourself going towards your highest and best possible reality, wherever or, whatever that is for you or whatever timeline it is. You can think about something that you would like to accomplish in your life and what that looks like, having something to look forward to, whether it's being somewhere, moving somewhere, just existing on a beautiful new planet. You can daydream. It's a great example of doing nothing. Okay, so you can merge into this nothingness state when you're conscious too. Okay, so keep track of what this is like, and then when you are actually with a lot of other people, you can actually expand into that nothingness state at that same time. So with practice, you're able to do that. So you can be around a whole, shopping mall full of people and still be in your own space, calm, unconnected to results or the outcome. So what do you achieve? Nothing may change over time. So as you practice doing nothing, right? So you actually are doing something to achieve your nothingness. So doing something different over time to flow with the changes in your DNA expansion. You can continue to grow and expand with your thoughts, your feelings, by adding loving thoughts to or about yourself. And then expanding those to your family, your friends, the neighborhood, then your state, your country, and then the planet. And then you're going to go off to the solar system and the multiverse, right? So adding gratitude with each time that you do this. And you may find yourself going through some cycles of doing nothing for a while, and then you may feel the urge to do something. So follow it, because when you get those nudges, that's you could be getting initiations for higher consciousness coming through, right? Aligning yourself with whatever it is that is your purpose, potentially. You could, maybe fall back into rest, a period of doing nothing, right? And then come back into action again. So, the relaxation and then the action, relaxation and then the action. So whatever, finding your potential there. Now realize that everyone is different. Everyone's method of relaxation and DNA activation may not always, be the same. It's individual. But if you look at your past, you'll see that you probably have already been guided by your higher self to do exactly what you should be doing and where you should be, right? And if not, then it's perfect opportunity right now to do that. So it's a lot of times though, the conscious or the ego mind will block, and the programming that we're clearing here can block us from following our guidance. So the duality programming, that says, oh, stay busy, keep doing things, or you're lazy, you're no good, you keep going. Everybody works till 8 p.m. around here, right? So but that can cause some guilt, right? That can also be a program that blocks us from taking this time to relax, because we were taught to, work hard, achieve things in life, right? So, but knowing the difference here, right? That could just be a program. That could just be somebody else's beliefs. We don't have to take that on. So let's look now. We are going to work in the pineal gland, and then through this, we're going to be working in the DNA and then doing the activation. So the pineal gland, it's a gland in the brain. It's in the middle of the brain, and it's where the two halves join. So here are some questions. Now, if we are experiencing faulty or lowered or compromised pineal, you could ask yourself some of these questions and maybe they will resonate with you. Maybe one, maybe all. What am I refusing to hear or learn? What fear or inhibition is interfering with my connection to God and the universe or multiverse? And what benefit is there in pretending I do not know what I need to do, or that there is not an answer to what I am experiencing? What benefit is there in believing I must be told what to do in every situation rather than trusting my heart to lead the way? What rigid and limited beliefs are interrupting my right to a flow of divine direction? So we can say the affirmation out loud if you'd like. I know what I need to do. The answers are coming to me in a way that will provide the highest learning. I trust myself and what is planted in my heart to guide my path and fulfill my destiny. And Wendy Jensen does a great job with the questions. Now, grounding the pineal to the center of the earth. Let's see our pineal gland, and we're going to send a root down to ground it to the center of the earth, and we're going to release any kind of energy there, any failure, anything that doesn't belong, anything that's of a darkness, and we can see it restored to a chocolate brown color if there's some weird bright colors or dark stuff in there. So we're clearing your ability right now to meditate more easily, to have deep and restful sleep. This gland must be clear of any foreign energy. Absolutely. And then we're going to look at where your function is now in the present time. So let's set that to 100%. And I've been working on this prior to now, so okay, we're great. Okay. And then we can release the grounding root as well. So the pineal is the regulator of regulators. So let's go through and learn a little bit about the pineal while we're completing the clearings that are just about there. So the pineal plays a major role in every aspect of human function. So good for you for being here. It affects sleep, mood, the immune system. It's also a factor in longevity. It's known as the third eye, or the mind's eye, the all-seeing eye, or the seat of consciousness, or the gateway to the soul. It's a pine cone-shaped gland, and it's the stuff of myth and magic and legends. It's actually a stargate, or a pathway between the physical and the metaphysical dimensions. It's an essential player as to how we perceive reality, how we make choices, how we perform, and how we sleep. A healthy functioning pineal is essential for psychological development, peak performance, and spiritual awakening. So unlike most of our brain, the blood-brain barrier doesn't isolate the pineal from the rest of our body. So instead, the pineal gets a tremendous amount of blood flow, second only to the kidneys. Interesting, right? Surrounded by and immersed in cerebrospinal fluid, this gland camps out in a tiny cave-like area behind and above the pituitary gland. And when the pineal isn't functioning properly, we can't access our potential. And it's that simple. Most people sense that they aren't living from their highest potential. And even more disturbing, when the pineal isn't functioning correctly, we often don't even know there's a problem. So a part of us knows, however, but consciously we don't connect with this reality. So the problem is our brains aren't functioning the way they're designed to run, and the pineal gland and many other vital glands and organs aren't functioning within their intended design. So thankfully, we have the power to change that today. So the pineal gland secretes the hormone melatonin, and this is released into the blood and possibly also into the brain fluid, so the cerebrospinal fluid. And the body's circadian clock, the daily rhythm, controls the production of melatonin. So there's a rhythm to the biology of the pineal gland. It varies with changes in day's length, and this is why it is sometimes referred to as both an endocrine clock and an endocrine calendar. Melatonin regulates puberty and plays a role in our sexual functions too. So it's also responsible for fighting against free radicals. And serotonin is the neurotransmitter responsible for our mood, and it's transformed into melatonin only in the pineal gland. The quality and duration of our sleep cycles are largely dependent on how well our bodies can produce melatonin, and therefore the health of the pineal is crucial to your overall well-being. So sleeping in darkness with no lights on is the best way to get the proper pineal function and the production of melatonin throughout the night when you require it. So here's some questions. If you have insomnia, we can ask ourselves these questions, right? So we are going here after the, we want to clear the right, the permission and ability to forgive yourself, to easily release the events of the day, to let go of tensions in life, any deep-seated guilt, fear, or anxiety, mistrust, overwhelm, chaos, and control. So let's see, we're doing a clearing on that right now. So I wanted to find where we're at. This ties into insomnia. So anything around insomnia, we're clearing here. About 88%. So I'm going to continue with this too. So questions here that you may resonate with would be, what would it feel like to completely trust in the process of life? What will it take to quickly release the events of the day? And what am I trying to control that I really just need to let go of? And what will it take to truly and completely forgive myself? What or who do I need to rearrange in my life so that the feelings of overwhelm and chaos will cease? And the affirmation, we could say this together. Every day I am increasing my ability to still my mind. I am safe to rest and relax. I allow my life to flow gracefully as I rest. Ooh, I love that. So now let's set your melatonin hormone to 100% optimal for you. Okay, so we're going to do that now. So if we see your melatonin as like a gauge, a meter, and you're, I don't believe we're on empty right now, but we're probably starting out somewhere around 30, 35%. Okay, so let's set the melatonin. Let's get that moving. Let's see that gauge going all the way up to full. Whatever full is the optimum for you, so that your melatonin hormone is set to 100% optimal. So let's see that going all the way to full. Very good. And then I'm going to check again after we are complete with the pineal regeneration and check on the hormone, the chemistry here again. So our lifestyle usually has some severe impacts on the health of the pineal. So it's constantly bombarded by toxins from a lot of different sources, foods, drinks that we consume, chemicals we're exposed to, stress-related compounds that our bodies produce, which is the cortisol and so forth, and the adrenaline. As a result, our pineal gland can become hardened, calcified, and begin to lose its ability to properly carry out important functions. So we will be looking at that calcification here. But that does lower the melatonin, which messes with our sleep-wake cycle, and causing insomnia, throwing out our biorhythms, increasing risk of illness and disease. So we don't want to be taking in any fluoride, radiation, pesticides, artificial sweeteners, that kind of thing. Now, calcium, some parts of the brain, and in particular the pineal gland, there are calcium structures. We also see this with the pituitary. And the number of calcium structures increases with age, unfortunately. So calcium and phosphorus deposits in the pineal have been linked with aging, Alzheimer's, dementia, and other mental illnesses. So calcium supplements are also thought to be harmful. It's better to get your calcium through your diet, almonds, leafy green vegetables, tahini. So by helping to detoxify the pineal, we can do a lot to help with the mental diseases, anxiety, Alzheimer's, dementia, post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, bipolar disorder, ADHD, and other mental illnesses, and also chronic diseases, of which many are adversely affected by inflammation. So decalcify, let's do that right now. We're going to do decalcification to your pineal gland. So imagine you can see the little pineal here, right? And if you see any white on it, that's the calcium. So as a whole, as a group, what is our percentage of calcium? getting 12% calcified as a group here. So I'm gonna jot this down. So we're going to go from 12% down to 0, right? So we can imagine now seeing it melting, that white crusty energy, just seeing it melting away, just disappearing, seeing the pineal gland coming into full function. So let's do that right now. Let's just see it melting, melting. It's disappearing. Energy transforming to where it came. Bringing back the beauty and perfection of the pineal, just the way it was intended without the calcium. Letting that melt off. Oh, very nice. All right. Are at 0. Very good. Yes. It wanted to go, believe me. It's like, get off of me. Fluoride is a neurotoxin that diminishes healthy brain function, and it's found in our drinking water, food, showers. Enters our bloodstream and has a half-life of over 20 years, causing massive brain damage to unborn fetuses, gradually lowers IQ, and reduces the neurological function of children, as well as depressing cell growth rate. So something we do not want, right? Most of fluoride accumulates in the pineal gland, which is the second highest organ which receives blood flow in the body. We said next to the kidneys, right? So the pineal gland hardens over time. That's calcification, and then it can eventually shut down. So if we did not clear it off at 12%, it could have gotten to, 40%, 50%, and, really reducing and completely then shutting things down. So pesticides, heavy metals within the water accumulates in the pineal more than any other part of the body. So what's that about? So this accumulation of fluoride forms phosphate crystals, which create a hard shell. So that's that calcification. And 50% of the world's municipal drinking water is fluoridated. Of the world, 50% of the world's. Most developed nations, however, do not fluoridate their water. Their citizens are a little healthier. So in Western Europe, only 3% of the population consume fluoridated water. But in other countries, though, it's often added to the salt. So don't use regular table salt, okay? It is not salt at all, as a matter of fact. It's like little razor blades. Cutting up the little arteries as it goes through, the triglycerides. It's a big cardiovascular issue as well. So use the pink Himalayan sea salt, or pure, unrefined, non-fluoridated sea salt. And if you're living in the United States and your source of water comes from a public water supply, there's a 74% chance that your water has fluoride. And then people drink it and then they shower in it. The United States is more so than the rest of the world combined. The dangers of fluoride consumption, well, calcification of the gland, okay? It causes arthritis via that calcification of cartilage, causes kidney disease, lowers your IQ, causes brain damage. It can harm male and female fertility, causes children to reach their puberty earlier. It can weaken skeletal health. Causes cardiovascular inflammation and arteriosclerosis. I think that's what I was talking about with the little razor blades. And increases lead absorption. No, we don't want any of that either. So in the case against fluoride, Paul Connett and 2 other scientists explained that fluoride harms our brains, bones, and kidneys. So fluoride in the toothpaste and tap water shut the door to spiritual connection. So there's over like 50 studies showing that fluoride reduces human intelligence. And as he states, when historians come to write about this period, they will single out fluoridation as the single biggest mistake in public policy that they've ever had. So if you live in the United States and you have public water, there's a better than average chance that you have both fluoride and chlorine in the water supply. So chlorine is in that same class of chemicals as fluoride. And chlorine also has calcifying effects on the pineal, and it's, it too is unfortunately in virtually all of our public water supply. So you can ask for, you know, a water report from your local city or government. And assuming that your water is fluoridated and chlorinated, the best solution obviously is to filter your water. I buy my water here, big 5-gallon jugs, about 10 of them. My husband does it actually, but that's all we will drink. Yeah, so when selecting a water filter, you want to make sure that NSF certifies it. It's a third party, not-for-profit testing agency that actually rates water filters. So you want one, it's NSF certified, not just NSF tested. And fluoride and chlorine are absorbed by the skin when you shower or bath. Although you can find plenty of shower filters too that remove chlorine, and you know, shower filters that filter fluoride, you know, maybe aren't as easy to find, but Berkey does have one. So Berkey, I guess, does have one. So to reverse osmosis and activated charcoal systems, they can also remove many, but not all pharmaceutical drugs. And that's another issue there. So yeah, definitely filter your shower water. Doesn't fluoride prevent tooth decay? As your dentist has maybe told you? Isn't that why, you know, cities put fluoride in our water, you know, in the first place? Well, the evidence doesn't support this claim. The data shows there's no difference in tooth decay between nations that fluoridate their water and those that don't. So even though 97% of Europe bans fluoride, tooth decay has decreased considerably. So yes, we need to do the math. 95% of commercial toothpaste brands have fluoride. So I recommend that you avoid using commercial brands of toothpaste altogether. Really, I do. Not only do they include fluoride, but they also contain other toxic chemicals like sodium lauryl sulfate. That's a cheap thickening agent found in most soaps, including your laundry detergent. And so you can find natural toothpaste on the market, or mix your own. And that's what I do. So I use a mixture of coconut oil, organic, and baking soda. And I mix that up into a paste. And then I add a few drops of essential oils in there. So wintergreen is actually good for the teeth. Make sure you get a very good oil, therapeutic grade. I can tell you where to get that. If the ones at the grocery store or the drugstore are probably not going to be that therapeutic organic oils that you require. So most nonstick cooking you know, pans and so forth, they contain PFOA, and these are compounds. They're fluoride-based substances, and they're both toxic and calcifying. So swap out your nonstick cookware with either stainless steel or ceramic or glass or cast iron. So other things that contain these PFCs would be stain-proof clothing, flame retardant products, stain-resistant carpeting, packaging for greasy foods. You can use a Pyrex cookware. That's real good too. So you want to avoid modified foods, foods grown with pesticides, foods that contain MSG, artificial ingredients, and chemical preservatives. Because when the pineal isn't functioning properly, we can't access our potential. It's that simple. Most people sense they're not living their highest potential, but they don't even know, like we said before, that there is probably even a problem. So we can, you know, if we add GMOs and fluoride and heavy metals and aluminum, that's going to disrupt the nervous system. And then we're no longer aware of our potential. So our brains aren't functioning then the way that they're designed to run, and they're not functioning within their intended design. So we are doing something about that. So here's something you can avoid is artificial sweeteners and sugar, simple carbs, gluten, dairy, nicotine, caffeine, GMOs, you know, and add all that stuff, and then we're no longer aware of our potential. And Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, ADHD, all the neurological diseases which show a drastically reduced pineal function may be an effort to dumb down the population. So when they're faced with the knowledge of awakening, they maybe can't grasp the concept that it's happening, you know, which is the bigger picture, right? So this dumbing down has prevented people from having access to the cosmic nature of who they really are. And this is so important, and especially for women right now. Absolutely. We are coming into our own. It's a beautiful time for women. So you want to change your light bulbs. Fluorescent light bulbs are both harmful to your health and hard on your eyes. Replace them with full spectrum light bulbs. They're more consistent with natural light. The full spectrum lighting is often used to treat seasonal affective disorder and sleep disorders. Okay, and not all full spectrum bulbs are the same though, so do some research on which ones to choose. Somebody mentioned before that Blues Buster full spectrum light bulbs are good. Blues Buster, I guess. So, and also try to select naturally produced skincare, body care, household cleaning items to avoid exposing yourself to the harsh industrial toxins that are found in conventional products. And if you're interested, I can name a few sources for that too. And then pollution, limit your exposure to it and spend more time in nature, consuming clean air and improving your mood and reducing stress levels. Eat an organic, fresh, whole foods diet. Lower meat consumption. Really, your liver goes in overdrive just getting that fat out. That's everything goes on hold when you eat meat. Immune system, energy, everything. So other acidifying foods, some of the most acidifying are meats, alcohol, refined flours, refined sugar, and oil, all processed or chemical foods. Super green powders are good. Now, chlorophyll-dense superfoods such as chlorella, spirulina, and wheatgrass, they're full of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. They help to remove the built-up toxins from your organs, not just your pineal, but they're also effective in increasing your body's oxygen levels and repairing the tissues and boosting your immune system. So by boosting oxygen and that immune function, these super greens can assist your body in pineal gland function and avoiding calcification. So we let go of the calcification today, but this can avoid future calcification to settle in there. So iodine helps to protect your body against elements such as chlorine, bromine, mercury, and fluoride. So when you're deficient in iodine, these compounds begin to accumulate and they can cause serious damage to many important functions. So the human body has no use for fluoride. So when you consume it, the body isolates it in a calcium husk, which then contributes to the reduced effectiveness of the pineal gland. So iodine can be found in many organic dietary sources. You can use spinach, broccoli, sea vegetables, and fish. And supplements also are available. And it's important though that you get the highest quality, naturally derived products. Lugol's, I believe, is the brand I use, but Bladder Wrack has iodine, and it's good for the thyroid also. Bladder Wrack, BLADDERWRACK, does have iodine in it, so that's supposed to be good. So boron, it's a detoxifying trace mineral, has the power to help cleanse your pineal gland. So another quality of boron is that it effectively helps to remove fluoride from the body. So foods there, almonds, walnuts, avocados, broccoli, prunes, oranges, red grapes, apples, raisins, pears, beans. And sunshine, direct sun exposure helps to kickstart your functions of the pineal gland and stimulates the mind. So any type of natural light exposure activates the pineal glands and prompts it to begin producing serotonin, that transmitter that's responsible for healthy mood and energy levels, and then also converting it into melatonin for sleep in the pineal. So for this reason, it's also critical to avoid sources of unnatural light after the sun goes down, because during that time, your pineal gland needs to produce melatonin for a deep, restful sleep. So you're trying to, limit your exposure to any light emitting electronic devices, such as phones, tablets, or computers after sunset. Also, they have those orange glasses. You can get the those orange glasses that you can wear if you are going to watch television. They call them blue blockers, I guess. Consume raw cacao regularly, because the raw organic chocolate is rich in antioxidants and it fights free radicals and keeps our brain healthy. It promotes detoxification of the pineal gland. But not all chocolate is equal. 70% cacao or more is the type of chocolate to promote benefits. And using coconut oil often, it nourishes the brain, detoxifies the pineal gland, rich in medium chain triglycerides, and that's what converts to ketones in the liver. So ketones in this capacity have been shown to restore neurons and nerve function in the brain. So you don't need it by eating meat, okay? You can just use coconut oil and get your ketones here, right? So that ketone diet, it's real hard on your liver, okay? So coconut oil has been researched for Alzheimer's disease benefits and, for reducing symptoms and progression. You can consume cruciferous vegetables more often. There's minerals and antioxidants. They help detox and energize the pineal while nourishing the brain. So cabbage, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. And then yoga. Okay, so restorative exercise, Tai Chi, Pilates, meditation to promote mindfulness and brain benefits. Avoiding sunglasses outside. Your eyes need that indirect sunlight exposure to function properly, no matter what they say, okay? Yeah, now we don't want to be out there, right in the brightest, part of the day looking at the sun. That's not wise either. We'll talk about that in just a second here. But the pineal gland reveals the presence of a photoreceptor, like the ones that our own eyes, are equipped with. So that's the third eye, the concept there. So the pineal gland's photoreceptor is activated by light reflected from the retina. So don't be afraid of the sun's brilliance, and don't be fanatic about always having to have the sunglasses on, because you can do sun gazing. It's a real ancient technique. It's believed to improve health and even induces such states as heightened clairvoyance and the ability to subsist without food or water. So keep in mind, though, that of course only during certain times of the day, sunrise and sunset are recommended. And so don't go staring off into the high noon and expecting, superhuman powers or something. So you could, hurt your eyes that way. So your consciousness is governed by light, and your pineal gland is the center of consciousness. So brain chemistry works with us. So when we wake up in the morning and the receptors in the back of the eye picks up light, the optic nerve sends a signal to the pineal gland, and it makes serotonin, which is that daytime neurotransmitter, makes us happy. And this is the brain chemistry, part of our consciousness. It's all guided by the sun. So the energy of the earth right now is higher than it was in 2012, and it will continue to increase. All of the solar storms that have been bombarding our earth have been proven to create psychoactive experiences, and the color of light changes your consciousness. So if the sun is changing, then it's possible that our consciousness and our DNA is changing as well. So this could be part of this greater awakening that we're going through at this time. So this pineal gland activation, this coming golden age, the energetic shift that we're going through at this time. So it could be that the changing sun over the last 20 years is what's causing the great awakening that's happening. And the change opens doors within the pineal and allows us to have these multi-dimensional experiences. Yeah. All right. So let me check the chart. And we are going to see where we're at right now, because our next step is to go into the stem cell upgrade. So we're going to go into the master stem cell and regenerate it of the pineal gland. That's where we're going to create a new, healthier cellular life. And let's check here. 100%, very nice. All right, we're 100% here. Let's look at, okay, function of the pineal, good. We're up to 100, life force, great, great, great. Yeah, decalcification, 100%, very nice. All right, very good. Okay, so yes, we are ready. So we're going to grow back our own stem cells. We're going to perfect the master cell, and then we are going to match that perfection to all the cells in the pineal and grow back a fully functioning pineal gland. Now, this is your pineal gland. I'm not changing anything in there. I am just actually going in and letting go of everything that does not belong. Okay, so we are about ready. Yes. Okay, wonderful. So let's go ahead and ground. We're going to take the master cell of your pineal and we're going to ground it, send a root down to the center of the earth. crystalline grid there in the center of the earth. So we're totally grounded there. And then we are going to shoot. Oh, very nice. From source. Connect it to source. Very nice. So you've got the master cell right now of the pineal gland, totally connected and protected. And we are sending this beautiful, beautiful gold God healing energies coming in through now and into the master cell of your pineal gland, sending its beautiful healing energies now into this master cell. We're going to direct the energy now first into the membrane. This is the covering that surrounds the cell, protects it. It knows what to let in and what not. Let's get this back up to full function. Sending this beautiful gold God healing energy now into the membrane. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. All right, that's looking better. All right, so now let's direct this beautiful gold God healing energy now into the nucleus of our master cell of the pineal, sending this beautiful healing energy into the nucleus, that brains of the cell, the director, taking on this beautiful light, letting go of all darkness, anything that doesn't belong, all the density, all the toxins, all chemicals, anything that's compromising the nucleus of the pineal, of the master cell of the pineal. It's now being let go. Ooh, that was a big one right there. Very nice. Okay. Now let's direct this beautiful healing energy into all of the organelles, all the areas there of the master cell of your pineal, receiving this beautiful healing gold God energy right now. Very nice. All right. Oh, I see the beautiful light coming back. Oh. Now sending this beautiful gold God healing energy into the mitochondria, the energy centers of your master cell of your pineal. Letting that ATP continue to be produced for energy, for our energy, for energy of the cell, for your energy. This beautiful healing light now going into that all the mitochondria. There's more than one. Very nice. Okay, this is good. Very, very good. All right. Matching that beauty, love, and perfection of our divine blueprint and the highest and best straight from source to you in whatever amounts or in whatever way that is the highest and best for you. That is what we are receiving right now. Very nice. It's beautiful gold God healing energy going into all parts of the master cell. All areas right now are being lit up. Beautiful, gorgeous. Into the DNA organelles. All parts of the master cell right now being lit up, letting go of anything that doesn't belong. Very nice. Okay, we are ready to go into the DNA strand. So let's look at this and check right now for any faulty programs here. Let's see if there's faulty programs in our DNA. Oh yes, so. All right, so right now we are letting go of all faulty programs in our DNA. And our family's DNA, those genes that we were born with. And whatever the state is of your DNA, it's in the highest and best right now from source. So whether that means we are activating dormant DNA, that can certainly be the case. if that is in resonance with you right now, as we're raising our frequency of vibration. Very nice. All right, so let's see this beautiful gold God healing energy now coming in to the DNA strand right now, fixing anything that's requires to be fixed, any breaks, anything that's not of 100% optimal function for the DNA, for the pineal gland. Very nice. All right. Okay, very good. All right, let's send some more beautiful gold healing energy now to heal it up and seal it up. Oh, very, very good. And receiving what is ever in the highest and best for you right now. Seeing the DNA transmuting all dormant strands as we are in resonance with, transmuting into the healthiest versions right now. Oh, very nice. Okay, so let's go into right now lighting up this whole master cell, every area now, every space, every place in the master cell of your pineal is beautifully lit. Received all the beautiful gold God healing energy from source, matching that beauty, love, and perfection of our divine blueprint. Whatever's in the highest and best right now for you. We're taking that beautifully perfected, 100% perfected master cell right now, and we're matching that to all cells of your pineal, all cells of your pineal right now, taking the upgrade of that perfected master cell. Beautiful. And sending beautiful gold God healing energy from source right now into all cells of your pineal. It's being flooded with light, healing light, beautiful gold God energy, healing light. Oh. Bringing on, activating, turning on whatever's ever in your highest and best interest right now from source in the healthiest version possible. Oh, very nice. Okay, so sending this beautiful healing energy in there. Let's check where we're at. And let's check for the cellular upgrade. Very nice. And yes, the cells are definitely taking the upgrade. Very good. Well, let's just check to see the number of days that your cells will be in this new growth period. Okay, as an average for the whole group, I'm getting 38 days. Now, of course, that could be less for you, it could be more for you. Whatever it happens to be for you, it's right around in that 38-day period. So we will come back and check everybody after that. But right now, the biggest thing that you can do is to, let's all do that. Let's all get a drink of water right now. All right, very good. I've got some lemon in my water, so you might want to do that too. It's great for the liver. As a matter of fact, first thing in the morning, if you want to drink a whole glass of lemon water or lime, that would be wonderful to clean the liver. So things to know. Okay, a fully functioning pituitary is required for a pineal activation to open the third eye. So the pituitary also in the brain here, a gland in the brain, it's also a wonderful addition to add on. We are going to be doing a program for the pituitary. You might want to look for that And that's going to absolutely amplify everything that we're doing today to activate and open that third eye. So other areas though, besides hydration, would be what you're eating. So nutrition. So you want to make sure that you're getting the most clean, whole, healthy, produce, fruits, vegetables that you can possibly eat. If you can stay away from meats and so forth, for the next 3 days at least, it would be great. But while your cells are in this new growth period for the 38 days, just know that everything you're putting in your body is affecting that, right? So it's affecting your cells all the time, not just what we're doing here, but it always affects your body cells, what you're putting in nutritional wise. And that goes for whether we're drinking alcohol. Now, if you can just, for the first 3 days, if you can, if you drink, just know that that can have an effect, and it maybe will go to the optimal improvement that we're going for. Or that can also include like sleep medications, pain medications, that kind of stuff. So I'm not telling you not to take it, but just know that it could reduce, or even in some cases completely turn off the regeneration of new cells. So just so you know that. Also at this time, you could be a little bit tired, maybe a little sleepy. The cells require rest to do the full regenerative process. So especially with the first 72 hours, if you do feel a little tired, maybe just take a nap. You can also feel maybe a little warmth. It's possible too. It's always, something that some people can actually feel. Some people don't. So now about 70% of people have that blocked or that calcified pineal gland. So that's what we worked in already with the calcium and the calcification. These are the things that it can cause, that inability to sleep or confusion, impaired perception of reality, or over analyzing things. People could feel depressed or anxious, paranoia, neurological disorders, pessimism, jealousy, envy, inability to access our intuition. Yes, for sure. So, but when this third eye is open, then we can perceive reality differently. So we can be more intuitive, have more clarity, intuition, empathy, decisiveness, psychic abilities, and focus. So this could be definitely very helpful in your personal life and your professional life too. So let's go into the pineal gland activation. This is where we're going to raise the frequency of your body. We've been working in that already, doing that, which is actually perfecting the performance of your body and your health. It's totally dependent on what your level of frequency is. So, so when you surround yourself with this high frequency energy, your health improves. And so this recording that's going to be coming out is also going to be a very high frequency. So you could use it on occasion too, you can even just play it in the background if you want to, for that extra high frequency for your health. So if our level is still on the average range, that's why you might see your health deteriorate fast when we hit middle life or mid age. So we're more susceptible then to illness and diseases. So this is why we want a higher frequency, right? And so the pineal gland activation allows us now to see beyond the perception of ordinary sight. So we're going to be working in here. So a third eye activation is also going to bring a greater connection to the natural world and a willingness to let go of our ego that shuts out our soul. So the pineal represents the inward seeing eye. So activating it helps us see life beyond the typical limitations of our own perception, our own mental faculties, bringing clarity of vision. So an awakened pineal brings the ability to consciously astral travel. Yes, I like astral traveling, and or having lucid dreams, or enhanced imagination, or to explore other dimensions. That's fun too. So, or to foresee the future, and even to receive communications from other dimensional beings, which is known as channeling. So these are all things that could be possible for you when you realign your pineal gland and the pineal chakra, and also the pituitary chakra, all up in the up in this area, right, and around your crown. So when you realign everything, you can actually open up that third eye. So we're working in those two chakras extra special right now, so that you can reactivate these beams of light to be more psychic, telepathic, and receive more if you choose. So you need to invite it in. You don't just like, all of a sudden, right? You kind of need to invite it in if this is what you want, right? Also, crystal work. So you can place a crystal over the third eye while lying down. So that activates the third eye as well. Lapis lazuli, blue jasper, blue topaz. You see a lot of blue here. Tourmaline, purple fluorite, sapphire, moonstone, they're all great choices. Basically, crystals with indigo and violet hues are recommended, and clear quartz will always help to get my clear quartz here. Always helps to amplify their properties. So anytime you're doing anything, you can also have your own quartz with you, and this could be helpful. So you can leave the stone between your eyebrows there during meditation for like 15 to 30 minutes. That helps too. Or you could use these natural remedies. They are all associated with pineal gland stimulation. So there's a lot of them here. You can come back to the recording if you'd like and take a look at them a little bit in length. Or essential oils. The nose is a direct gateway to the brain and the pineal gland. So to stimulate the olfactory passage to spiritual states of awareness, you can try sandalwood. Here's frankincense, myrrh, got that, clary sage, helichrysum is good, pine, pink lotus, and mugwort. They're all great for the pineal gland. You can also practice kundalini yoga. It's designed to raise that kundalini energy that rests and coiled at the base of the spine. So this activation of the kundalini tunes our bodies to connect with the cosmic energy, with the physical body, and roots it to the earth. So it's like a serpentine type energy. It kind of flows upward, activates the 33 vertebrae points until it reaches the pineal gland and the crown chakra. So the same energy illuminates the third eye. So forget about calcification, activate your kundalini, and you'll be gazing through your third eye into the truth of existence, into the universe itself. So regular meditation also assists in the activation of the pineal gland. So a third eye visualization. Okay, so let's do this now. So let's see and send some beautiful golden sun energy. It's coming through the pineal gland. You can see it right now, okay? So envision the center of your head shining out this golden light. Okay, so you can see the golden God sun at the top of your head, and send it down into your body, filling up all the cells in your body, energizing and recharging you as this spirit fills out the inside of your body, taking up every bit of space from your toes to the top of your head. So breathe that golden God sun in, and then deep exhale, feeling in touch with yourself, knowing your answers are there for you as they come in with the golden God sun, and you are happy. So bringing your eyes now up towards and inward towards the third eye, and placing your awareness on that center. So next you can imagine being able to see out through that third eye, between the eyebrows there. So this alone will have you seeing the world in a new light. So that's something that you can be doing right now, and then you can be practicing that. Just practice that you're actually seeing through that third eye. Now let's do a third eye activation. So this is best done in total darkness, but we'll do this around here with the lights on. So, but when you do this again, do this for yourself in the dark. Sit with your back straight, or you can lie on your bed with your arms straight at your side. Now breathe in. Breath is the doorway through states of consciousness. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. And don't resist any thoughts, just allow them to flow past. Now giving attention to any tension that you might have in the face or the neck or the eyes, the scalp, behind the ears, and just relaxing all the muscles there. And taking a deep breath all the way in and holding it as long as possible. Now what you want to do is you want to create a small part between your bottom and top jaw, just enough space to fit your tongue between your teeth. Okay, so on the exhale, then you would create a tone. So you breathe in. The exhale, you're going to create a tone with your tongue between your teeth, saying though, like though, okay, though, but try to keep your tongue between your teeth, okay, because you want this to vibrate. You want to find that what it is that's going to start vibrating. So feel that vibration. Okay, this might take a little bit of practice to get this right, but it's like THOH, though, and try and keep your teeth there, or your tongue between your teeth. Get that vibration going, and then do this like 6 times in a row. Okay, so breathe in, hold it, and then on the exhale, doing that 6 times. Now, it can cause some headaches first, if you're not used to it being used, all right, just at the beginning maybe, or not, so it doesn't matter if it doesn't for you. Or dizziness maybe sometimes, or some people can even hear a crackling or a popping noise inside just coming on. That's all normal. All that's normal. So next you can breathe in deep, count in for 6. Then do this 3 times. This time doing a different tone, which will accelerate the activation of the third eye even further. So this one is May. So you want to breathe in, count for 6. And then you do May. And you want to find that tone either up or higher or lower in tone, where that vibration, where you can feel the vibration in the third eye. So go up or down with your tone while you're doing it. May. Okay, so you want that activation, that vibration to be happening here, and you're going to want to repeat this a few times too. Okay, so slow out breath. Okay, you can feel a sensation maybe of buzzing in the forehead. Maybe you feel that right now. Maybe you feel it in the crown of your head. So yeah. So now with your eyes closed, if they're not already, imagine your third eye. So imagine it is closed. So you've seen your third eye and you're seeing it as closed. Imagine it is opening as if from sleep. This is what we're trying to go for here. So your 2 eyelids are closed, and then you're looking up and into the third eye. And then what do you see there? Do you see images? Do you see any colors? Do you see movement? Are you getting any answers? Is there any sensations going on there? Or, is there confusion? Is there something you should know about? Just observe here with no judgment. Just focus on your breath. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and write down any impressions. Okay, you want to repeat this daily for like 3 weeks. Okay, so your eyes are closed, you're seeing your third eye closed, and then with your eyes still closed, you're seeing your third eye open. All right, so what do you see there? While your third eye is open, not your other 2 eyes, okay? Now this is what you want to do, and repeat this daily for 3 weeks. You can also say some affirmations there. You can say, clarity now, so that you can translate what you're seeing. You can look for things that you want to see, like show me whatever it is, right? So get answers. And then after every session, you want to rub your hands together until they heat up, and then hold them over your eyes and the third eye area. So the whole area right here, right? So it warms it up. And this is going to integrate everything into the new experience. So this is not just for sight. Okay, it can be the doorway to other experiences. So you may have clairaudience, clairvoyance, may be able to channel, change your sleep patterns, intense or lucid dreams, intense heat in the hands, maybe spine, neck, and head. Maybe there's some waves of emotions, unhealed memories could come up. Change in weight, possibly. Your eating habits may change or improve. Increased sensitivity in all your senses. Maybe there's a little bit of noise going on. These can just be real temporary too, right? So energy may look like a moving static, perhaps. Maybe there's some something comes up through your skin, maybe to detox out, due to your increasing frequency that you're no longer a match for. Yeah, you may become creative. You could experience life-changing events. your perception, like time is accelerating, and teachers can show up everywhere. See or feel thought forms. Numbers maybe can show up and repeat themselves, like a 555 or a 222 or 1111, or electrical equipment, your computer or your phone or whatever could actually malfunction because you're on a different frequency, right? So, you can do a reset or call the cable company or whatever. You can have faster hair or nail growth. It could be a little dizziness, usually these things are kind of temporary. Heart palpitations could come along as you're coming into coherence with your frequency. It's all natural. You don't have to call the doctor or anything. There may be more or less or nothing, right? So these could all certainly be normal, considered normal. So improvements from a healthy pineal, regular sleep and wake cycles, slow accelerated aging patterns. Very good. Increased states of happiness, euphoria, and peacefulness, more awakened and spiritually connected, better focus, clarity, and decisiveness, reduced mental, reduced mental illnesses, it's supposed to say, I betcha, balanced emotions and moods, healthier nervous system, heightened intuition, visionary experiences, psychic ability, and more. So yeah, all of these things are possible. So with the quantum activations that we're doing today, you could notice things happening right away. Could be sudden, or it could be over a course of days or weeks, or maybe even months. Okay, so there could be things that you notice right away, or things that maybe down the line you notice, hey, I'm not doing this anymore, whatever that is, or I'm not feeling like that anymore, or this is different. Never felt like this before, or I'm not going into those deep, jealousy fields or of emotion anymore. So some things can be showing up, some things can be going away, right? So we want to let those things go for good. So no, sometimes, you're suffering with other health issues. It could be, anything besides what we're working on here today, but it doesn't have to be this way anymore. So as you've seen what we did with the pineal, there's answers for those that, truly want to heal in other areas of the body as well. So, and this is all part of reversing aging. Absolutely. So life is meant to be filled with love, joy, moments of blissful connection and celebration. So if you are having a chronic condition, it is recommended that we could do a session together. You can find the unique things that are blocking health for you and let those go. So I will put a link for that in a replay email that you'll receive later today, and that will be at a reduced price while you're in this program. So my clients are able to consciously create an amazing new time of life by experiencing a total upgrade to their energetic and endocrine systems, affecting their hormones, restoring balance as their bodies remember real vitality from younger years, allowing 100% life force energy to flow. Gina, a client of mine, says that my mind feels clearer and more spacious. So this is the real secret behind wellness and success with any career, purpose work, or vision, whatever you're dreaming of. So again, let's all get another drink of water. It's a great time. Very good. And let's go connect with nature. So this is a great thing to do. Unplug from the electronics, get outside. As we mentioned, if we can go bare feet, bring up that earth energy, the electrons up into the soles of the feet. Get back into those natural biorhythms, get your body in tune, get your melatonin in tune. We're going to check that again. Yeah, you're absolutely great with the melatonin right now. So, so listen to your body. Find out what it's saying. Maybe you want to take a journal and go back over the things that we went over here and just do that outside by yourself, right? So this is a great time to do that. Upcoming live streams. Okay, we have coming up on May 5th, Happiness is a Healed Pancreas. And if you want to look and see what's coming up in my live streams, you can go to yourbodypower.com/live streams. It is not on the website. You won't find it there unless you know this link. So it's /live streams. So for pancreas, you would know if you're having symptoms such as constant fatigue, increased appetite, brain fog, belly fat, abdominal obesity, mood swings, cravings, high blood pressure, sugar cravings, if you're always feeling hungry or unable to lose weight, feeling fatigued after meals, aches and pains all over, problems with concentration, maybe high cholesterol or the low good cholesterol, high triglycerides, high glucose, then yes, it could certainly be issue with the pancreas. And then improvements would be obviously the opposite of what we just mentioned, with the body and brain aging slower. So that's absolutely what we would be going for in the pancreas live stream, where we're going to do the regeneration the same as we did today with the pineal. Also coming up is Infection Guard on May 7th. That's where we're going to be doing the clearings for virus, bacteria, fungus, yeast, and parasites. So a lot coming up there, and that's also at yourbodypower.com/live streams. And if you would like to expand your world and be part of a transformative healing and training retreat, this is going to be online. It's going to be in May, and you'll find the details there at yourbodypower.com/CERT, which is CERT-online. And yeah, you can learn how to do this, what we're doing here today, for yourself. You can learn, you know, how to help your family and friends, and also work with clients. I cover that in this particular training. So work from home, as I'm doing in my beautiful office. I keep the frequency of vibration here at a very optimal level, and you can do the same. It's a very wonderful, satisfying way to serve humanity. And check your email for the recording. It will be sent out to you, and the video has to render and so forth. But it has been my pleasure. I want to thank you so much for attending this session. And yes, reverse debilitating effects of middle age. So I want to thank you again for being here today. And it's been certainly my pleasure to go through the third eye activation and the DNA activation, everything that has that doesn't belong. That's what we've let go of today. So if you need some rest, if your body says, I'm a little bit tired, you may be sleeping right now. As a matter of fact, some people do that in this session with me. So that's all perfectly normal. But drink water, especially the next 3 days. I will send out an email with more instructions. So if you are sleeping, you'll get the information as well. So thank you so much. And I will be ending the session. Namaste. Thank you.